Let's talk about why you shouldn't be trying to take care of a bald-faced hornet nest at your own home. This is a particular type of hornet that can be very aggressive and very dangerous for homeowners to treat themselves. They're the bigger, more aggressive hornets that we see in the area. They're black and white, so you'll see them over here. We get a large nest over here. So let's talk about some of the concerns that may come up. So a lot of times customers want to try and treat these things themselves. What they don't realize is that as you approach the nest, even if I get a little bit closer with no protection on or not being prepared or anything, you're going to have several of them that may come out immediately to defend the nest, and you can get stung, and you can get stung multiple times. Their stings are incredibly painful, all right, and they're going to continue to come after you until they feel that the nest is protected. So it's just not a good idea to approach it, and let's talk about why. So let's look at the area where it is. So it's on this back soffit of the shed here. Okay, that's a hard area to get to. You're most likely going to have to be like, I'm going to have to be on a step stool. I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but I'm also not super short, kind of just an average guy, average height. So I think unless you're 6'6" over there, you're probably gonna be standing on a step stool, which anytime you're elevated off of the ground, you're in a more dangerous position. You wanna make sure you have protective gear on, because if you get too close, they're gonna sting you, all right? And it's just a tough area to work in. And then if you look at the surrounding area, say you come down from that step stool and for some reason you had to run. Well, we have this large hill here, there's some yard decorations, you could easily trip, all right? It could be a disaster if you're trying to run away from that nest, all right? None of that's worth it. And then I have several customers who say, well, I'll wait till night. All right, yes, you could wait till night, okay? And yes, they may be less likely to come out at you, but they're not just gonna take it. It's not cold enough at night where they're just gonna sit in there and let you spray them. It's one of those nests where like you'll still have hornets come out at you. So I would just say in these situations, I always advise when you're dealing with bald-faced hornets, you wanna call a professional to come out. It can be very dangerous for a person who doesn't know what they're walking into and thinking they're just gonna spray it with some hornet spray from the store and remove the nest. Myself and my own technicians will never do it that way. Yes, are we gonna treat the nest with a spray? Yep, but I'm gonna put on protective equipment before I go up to it, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm fully taking care of this in the safest way manner where I'm not gonna get stung or get seriously hurt. I don't want that to happen to anybody out there. So if you see one of these large bald-faced hornet nests, I would advise that you approach them with caution. So stay as far away unless you actually have to go up to them to see it. And then I always advise calling a professional on site to take care of these because you could get seriously hurt. This is what I mean by safety gear. All of my technicians on the road, they operate with a bee suit. This is gonna help make sure that if the hornets come out and they start to attack or they start to sting, I'm not gonna get stung, I'm not gonna feel it. It gives you a sense of security, safety. It's the best thing you could wear. Outside of beekeepers, your average homeowner is not gonna have one of these suits at their home. But these suits allow for us to walk right up to the nest without any fear or concern about being stung, and we can work while the hornets are swarming. Because like I said, as you approach that nest, the hornets are gonna swarm. It's just a protective nature. They don't want you to take the nest down, so they're gonna come out to protect it. So we're gonna do our best to make sure there's no way that I can get hurt while I'm doing this. And even with this suit on, I've actually been stung with the suit on. Because I'll tell you what, they can be really persistent. And what they'll do is they'll wait for, if I bend the wrong way, I turn the wrong way, and the suit comes up off of my, let's say, my ankle or my, I get it too close to my skin. Sometimes they've even stung through the suit. So they can be a particularly difficult hornet to deal with. They're really, really aggressive, very protective. So it's just not worth getting yourself hurt. All right, we put on some thick gloves so they can't sting through this because my hands are gonna be right over there dealing with it. It's funny, a lot of times customers, when I come out and I take down a nest, they're like, wow, that's it? That was quick. And I always say the same thing, It's like, yeah, but it's quick because I get all the safety equipment on and I'm prepared. If you're not prepared, it takes quite some time. All right, let's grab some gear and let's go take a look. So the nest is right here. It's probably about the size of a couple of softballs. And when you get close to the nest, we have some workers on the outside of the nest, and then we got the foragers who are returning back. They are starting to come out now because they see that I've approached the nest. So they're starting to gather around the entrance because they're anticipating the worst, which they should be, and they're getting ready to protect it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our product here, and we're gonna take it's a form of a wasp freeze, and we're just gonna take the applicator tip. We're gonna put it right to the entrance of the nest where the white-faced hornets are coming out, and we're gonna start to apply. Now, a lot of them are going to come out and just drop, which is perfect. That's what we want. Looks like a lot of them were in the nest. But during the day, you're going to find that they're not all in the nest. You're going to have several that are out of the nest. So there's gonna be a lot that are gonna come back, the foragers. They're gonna be the ones that you'd have to watch out for. So if you're a homeowner and you're working on this nest by yourself right here, what you're not often accounting for are the white-faced hornets that are returning to the nest to see that it's been, in this case, attacked, and to see that you're the visible person who's attacked it. So it's not uncommon for those hornets to then swarm and come after you, again, in an attempt to defend. You know, this nest is actually going pretty smooth. Most of them are just dropping right here. They're collecting down here, which is what I expected. I don't want to apply too much more product in there because it will start to gather at the bottom and drip. So we're just letting it work its way through. Yep, and what's happening now is the hornets are all trying to gather to get out of the treated area at the same time. And what happens is they almost clog the entrance. And then, you know, now they're all trapped in there and they're all getting that treatment. So this nest is going to go really smooth, which is great news, which is what we want. We want to make sure that we let it sit just for a minute so that the application takes effect. Make sure we kill as many as we want, as many as we can, because we don't want to get stung when we take it out. Keep in mind, these are not pollinators. In no way am I hurting pollinators or anything like that. These are white-faced hornets. These guys are just out there to sting you. Certainly wouldn't do this with any form of pollinator. Next step, we're going to have to go get a trash bag. So I'm going to go get a trash bag and then I'll be back. So we got a bag. So basically now that we've treated our nest, now we're going to try and take down as much of it with one shot as possible. So what I do is I gather it around the nest and I just tear off as much of that as I can, pull. We're going to have some live ones in there. They're not happy. Here we go. Ready? Look at this, guys. That's all our eggs. Oh, they're landing on my screen. They know it's me. They're upset. So when you're taking down a bee's nest, you always want to take down as much as you can, make sure there's nothing left. If they have any pieces that are left, a lot of times they will rebuild. They're buzzing around me. Sounds like there's a lawnmower. They're landing on me. See all this, like if I'm not wearing the suit, guys, I'm getting stung. And you'd be getting stung if you did it yourself. And these guys are big and they're painful. That's the other thing. When people take down nests by themselves, often they don't realize, like, you have to get every little piece of that nest off as much as you can. If you even leave a little bit, they will rebuild. So you try to scrape it. Now, it's not always possible to get every little aspect off. Sometimes you can actually power wash it because the material they use when they make the nest, it's like paper mache basically, and it sticks. But I try to take as much off as I possibly can to eliminate the likelihood that they'll rebuild. And again, while you're doing this, another reason that I want this bee suit on is because there's going to be the foragers who were away when I treated the nest. So they didn't get affected by my treatment. They weren't even in it when I got treated. So they're returning now, and now they're gonna naturally be inclined to come after me because of what I'm doing. You know, one of the advantages of wearing the color white and why the bee suits are white is it tends to draw less attention, and the hornets are more likely to leave me alone, but yeah. So now we've taken down as much of the nest as we possibly can, scrape the area clean. You know, there is this residual from the nest that gets left behind. You know, there's nothing I can do to get that off. It would require a power washing, but I wouldn't wait. I would wait if I were going to power wash this area. I would wait to do that until probably the fall, once we're out of bee season, or at least wait till we know that the white-faced hornets are not going to be hovering around the area. Typically, after you take down a nest like this, they're going to hover in this area for a while. Like I said, those are the foragers. They're returning. They're frustrated. They don't understand what happened, and they want to know why everything's gone. So what happens is they usually swarm in this area for a couple hours, and then eventually they'll give up and they'll either go join an existing nest somewhere else or they'll go start a nest somewhere else. But we got the vast majority of them here. Maybe I can knock down a few more because they're gathering in the corner there. See if I can get them. Yeah, we get a lot more of them. All right, there's only a few more that I see hanging out. But, you know, then you want to monitor this area after you get the nest down. Keep a close eye, see if they're starting to rebuild. If they're starting to rebuild, then we're going to have to come back out and do it again. All right, we got our nest. We've removed it. We've cleaned off as much as we can. We're going to grab our stool. I thought I was going to need this. Turns out I didn't. We're good to go. And that's why you call a professional to take down a white-faced hornet nest.